Yo, what's good, people? It's your boy Hard8, the truth for YouTube, your favorite commentator's favorite commentator, yeah. What's up, people? What's happening? You already know the deal. If you missed my last video, link is down below. It was 5 days ago, so you're damn sure I had enough time to see it by now. But if you didn't, go check it out, man. But other than that, social media and all that shit is down below, so make sure you check it out. Now, real quick, I am suspended on Twitter. I'm suspended on Twitter, man. I still got about 2 days and 11 hours left at the time of this recording. Yeah, man, people be hitting me up. I still can get on Twitter. I can still see my timeline. I can still see my mentions. I can actually send private messages. But anything other than that, retweeting and posting and all that, I cannot do. So I see some of y'all in my mentions asking me about, you know, TV recommendations and shit like that. You're going to have to hit me up on Instagram at X Hard8times. That'll also be down in the description. But I'm still in Twitter jail for 2 more days, man. I'm back in motherfucking prison, Twitter prison, that is, for another 2 days and 11 hours at the recording of this video. So keep that in mind. If you didn't know, now you know. The reason why basically I made some pussies bleed. That's just the bottom line. Somebody told on me. I don't know who. I don't know the process. But I got sent to Twitter prison, goddammit. Life behind bars. So, yeah, understand that. So if you got anything to ask me or something like that, you're going to have to hit me up on Instagram or Facebook or something like that. All that shit is down below. So get familiar. Now, real quick, I'm going to talk about give my first impressions for this UFC 3 demo. EA dropped me a code. I actually got an extra code I might drop. I can't even drop it on Twitter. I don't know where I'm going to drop it. But anyway, I got into the early beta or whatever. I got this first line of beta access. I don't know how they get it. They tried to make me feel special in the email, but I'm in the beta. I like the UFC games. I thought the first one was great. Thought the second one was great. I liked it a little bit better when THQ had it. But I definitely like the EA UFC. And one of the main things that I like about the EA version of UFC is the attention to detail. So right off the bat, you can probably see by the gameplay, the graphics has been increased. And I think finally the game is at 60 frames per second. It looked like 60 frames to me. Unless I'm going blind or crazy, or they got some of the smoothest 30 frames per second I've ever seen in my life. I believe UFC is now 60 frames per second, finally. I could be wrong on that, and I would be embarrassed if I am. But it looks like 60 frames per second to me. But it's very smooth. They have recaptured all of the movement and the moves and all of that shit like that has like been re-recorded or whatever like that, revamped. Like everything now is new, as you can see with the movements and all of that. Everything now is it's new and improved. So it's not going to be like the last game. As you can even see from the gameplay, it doesn't even feel like the last game, and it doesn't look like it either. It's a little you know, some little areas they need to touch up on. I think McGregor's arms are way too big. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think they're that big in real life. They just look kind of big, you know, portion to his body. You know what I mean? But other than that, I love the attention to detail. You see the bruising on the ribs. You see the bruising on the body from being grabbed. Of course, the facial bruising and all that. And the muscles flex, so they still using that technology, which is great. I think that type of technology should be used across all video games. I don't like when they look like dudes are flexing when they really not in video games. That's how they body look. That's how they muscles and shit look like they flexing when they not. So it's great that UFC is still using that that technology. I believe it started with Fight Night Round 4 when they brought that into the fold, where you can see the muscles flexing on the character's back and in the arms. Everywhere there's muscles, they actually move like they would in real life. So so that's cool. The controls are still the same from UFC 2. So if you play UFC 2, you jump into 3, you should feel right at home. The gameplay is a little different. So even though the controls might feel the same, the gameplay is a little bit different. you can't be just throwing like wild punches and all of that shit like you could in the previous games. Your stamina goes down very quickly, even while you're in a hug or in a clinch. Your stamina goes down now. I don't think it was like that before. I'm quite sure it was not. When you was grabbing people, your stamina came into play. Now it does. So you're doing a whole bunch of moves while you're grabbing motherfuckers. You can run out of stamina and possibly get it reversed and you get fucked up. But you just can't be just throwing wild, crazy punches like you could in the past. At least from what I'm seeing. I was trying to do like certain combinations that I was used to doing in previous UFC games, and them joints wasn't working. Because now it seems like, you know, the way you throw the punch, if your feet is planted right, it seems like all of that is taking effect now. You know what I mean? With this new revamped motion or movement engine or whatever they got going on. It seems like now you got to make sure your feet is planted right and you throw the punches in the right, correct combination for them to actually look like they make sense. You understand what I'm saying? Because now I was trying to do combinations I was used to doing and that shit wasn't coming out right. You dig? So they definitely have stepped that up. I don't see a whole lot of just button mashing going on and you knocking somebody out. You play against somebody that know what they're doing and you trying to button mash, it's probably going to be a quick match over. KO. Night. Sleep time. So, but other than that, you know, the graphics look great. You could definitely see an improvement from last game. It's going to take some getting used to with the new movement. Like I said, they recaptured everything. So everything looks a little bit different and out of whack, but you'll get used to it. But yeah, that's pretty much my first impressions, man. I think it's going to be a fun game, man. We would love another fight night. Can we please get another fight night? But, you know, boxing ain't as popular as it once was, so they can care less. It's all about UFC now. But anyway, that's it for my first impressions, man. If you get a chance to play the beta, definitely check it out. I think it's going to be open to everybody soon. So make sure y'all check it out. Anyway, this your boy Hard8. I'm gone.
You hate me now. I won't stop. But I won't stop now. Can't stop. 'Cause I can't stop now.